Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I have some La-7 gameplay for you. Now it's been a very long time since I have featured the La-7 and that is a little bit of a shame because the La-7 is, well, it is an absolute beauty to fly. Now I start evasive maneuvers for the Yak even though the Yak is actually not going to be a threat to us. Now, I just scan the area in front of me because most of them are above me, not too much, but still above me, so that is going to put me in an inferior state. Now, I'm looking for what is going to be going for me, and it looks like it is the Kai-84. Now, the Kai-84 is diving, so he's going to be very fast. I keep the WEP on because he's going to be faster than me either way, and I want to keep my speed up so that I can take him out when he zooms by, as I have just now done. Now that is one enemy down, but that is still a lot of enemies up above us. There is a Yak 9 and an La-7, and there's a Doe as well, although the Doe actually just now has been taken out by the B-17. Now I try and take some shots at the Yak that is diving down for the La-7, but I can't quite get guns on. And at this point, I always am a little bit iffy on what to do. Do I dive down to try and help, or do I keep my altitude to work the guys up at higher altitude? And I choose to keep my altitude because the Yak 9 is diving after the La-7 and he's going really fast and I can't really catch him, and even if I did, it would require the other guy to turn. Now, there's another guy right in front of us. It's a P-51, and, well, at this point I am going to be diving down because there is the P-51 diving, the Yak 9 that I was thinking of chasing before is down below as well, and there is also another enemy somewhere close. Now, I am redlining here as I am going pretty fast. That's one thing that the La-7 can't do, is go very, very fast in a dive. But we get a good shot on the Yak 9, setting him on fire, and then we quickly switch to the F6F. Now I get some decent hits on him. Looks like I hit his fuel tank or his cooling system, and I just drop throttle here because he is relatively fast and I don't want to overshoot him. Now the Corsair takes the kill, giving us a assist, but the Corsair nearly rams us, but doesn't actually, so all is well. Now the Yak 9 goes down for the sustained damage he's taken from the fire, and that gives us our second kill. Now at this point the situation is relatively favorable. There's an IL-10 down at the deck flying over the water. There is a Kai-61 right in front of us who has just sadly killed someone, however. Now I go up for him because, well, at this point it seems like a decent idea. He makes a loop, comes back down, and this is basically where I just get a little bit of opportunity to try and take him out. But I don't, and sadly the Corsair gets taken out by him. Now, the Kai-61 is a little bit of a mystery plane to me because I actually don't fight it very often, nor do I fly it very often, so I am a little uncomfortable in this fight. But before I can really think of how to approach this situation, a La-7 comes and dives onto us, which is, well, now making me in a roughly 2 against 1, and, well, I can tell you already the IL-10 is going to be joining into the fight as well. Now what I try to do in this situation is just to try and run away to a friendly, because I can't win this on my own. Definitely not a 3 against 1, especially with a Kai-61. Now the La-7 gets some hits in on us. I try and make him overshoot, which kind of works. I would have gone up after him there if it wasn't for the fact that there's a Kai-61 and an IL-10 on us. And this is a very unlucky turn of events for me. I get set on fire, which in the end is going to kill me. Now that is the end for the first game, so we are gonna hop straight into the next one. So the next game takes us over Hokkaido in a mixed battle. Now I have gained quite a bit of altitude, around 5,000 kilometers, which is gonna be plenty to work around with this game. Now first target up is a 109F. Now I am on pretty high speed, but he is still rather close, so what I thought I was going to do first is go down on him because he has basically no energy, but I actually underestimated his energy and overestimated mine. Therefore, I am not able to utilize his stall to the full potential that it could have been. Now, a A6M5 comes and joins the fight too. Now, I want to go for a little head-on pass, but he tries to evade, but I don't know really why. He didn't evade as sporadically as I thought he would, which makes it a relatively easy shot to take, taking out a Japanese plane from the enemy team, which is always nice because Japanese planes tend to, in a prolonged fight, be very, very annoying when you're down at the deck and they have a little bit of altitude and they catch you at a bad time when you're very low energy and they basically have you in their pocket already. So right now I am basically thinking of what target to go for, and then I spot myself an F4F, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is that doing in this matchmaking? But I am not gonna feel so sorry for it that I am not gonna dive on him. He seems to be, well, in another world, kind of, and does not really pay attention to me at all. In the meantime, a enemy 109 has come closer to us, and he has some altitude on us. Not too much though, so I am relatively confident that we'll be able to work with it. Now, I try and predict his movements, that he comes in for another pass as he tries to finish his loop, so I kind of try and predict that move, although at this point you will definitely see the big drawback of the La-7. At this altitude, the engine is not performing like it would on, let's say, 2 kilometers, which is a very big shame because at 2 kilometers this plane just gets energy out of nowhere basically, which is, well, one of the many reasons why I love it is because you can have very nice prolonged fights with it on low altitude, but here it's not really going to work out. And to be honest, the 109 is playing a very decent game. I mean, I do hit him quite often and he doesn't go down, but he definitely evaded long enough for me to have to get out of there because his friend showed up, which had a better energy state and a better altitude state than me. Now the friend of his actually breaks off relatively early on his attack. I try and get some shots in, but it's not really going to work out because he's just so much faster. But then he dives down and I decide, you know, I'll just chase him down basically and try and get some more shots on, but then the 109 that we previously were engaging is coming back, so at this point I just say, whatever, I'm just going to try and get away as fast as I can. But the 109 F4 is gaining on me relatively fast, so I have to make him overshoot. Now, I try and get some shots in here, although, again, it doesn't really work out. The 109 F4 is definitely, this one in particular, is playing me very well on the maneuvering department, and at this point I am on low altitude, I have no friends around me, I just want to get out of here and get myself in a better situation, because the 109 G2 is still coming for me as well. Now there's a Ta 154 right in front of us. I take a quick burst in a head-on, you know, you never know, don't commit to the head-on of course, but I don't get any hits. So that is the end of that story. Now I'm going to be putting a little jump cut here because I'm basically going to be running away for a little bit because I am in a very bad situation right now with 2 guys on me. Now we are back. This is a little bit of a more friendly situation for me as I have a little friend with me. Now I go up to try and get some hits on the 109. To be honest, he could have killed me there and it could have ended very badly. And this 109 could have killed me as well, and again ended it very badly. But he has not enough energy to continue up after me, and then the other 109 comes back again, and to be honest, I will have to say I get very, very lucky here, because I should have died at least 3 times here. But I am not dead, so we are going to use that to our fullest potential. Now I go back up after the initial 109, try and get some more shots on him, in the same manner we did before, although I only get some hits. Now the other 109 is again looking like he wants to go for me, completely ignoring the F6F right behind him. In the meantime, the 109 that we got some hits on earlier is now trying to get into a position to get shots on our friendly F6F. Now I am just sporadically evading the 109 because he seems to really only be focusing me at this point, not really caring for the F6F behind him. nor for the B-25 that is at very low speed right in front of him. But then he turns away because the AA is absolutely wrecking him. But it's not in time, he gets taken out by the AA. And the 109 that was on the F6 is going in for the kill, but I managed to take him out before he finishes off the F6F. Now, at this point, I'm going to be landing, so there's going to be another jump cut. So we are back, and the things that we are going to be focusing on right now are the B7A2 and the TA154. Now, these guys, to be honest, don't really pose a threat to me. I am above them, I have a lot more speed than them, and this is basically just going to be cleanup work. Now, the B7A2 is making a beeline for me at this point, so I just put the plane in a simple climb, trying to evade his potential shots, which don't really come. I turn the plane around, come right down upon him, and, well, he really doesn't have a chance. Now you have to excuse me for that. I have no clue what happened in that little fragment. I can't fix it, so, well, you'll just have to bear with it, I guess. So we did a little bit of a head-on pass with the TI-154, didn't get any hits in, that doesn't really matter, because he is on lower altitude, I'm a fighter, he's a heavy fighter. I mean, there's not really very much that he can do. Although the one thing I really do have to watch out for is that I don't overshoot him and end up in front of his guns. That's why I put the engine to 0%, as to lose a lot of speed in that little climb, and to come back down on him. Now, at this point, we've both done some turns, and he's lost a lot of energy, so basically, I'm just tap shooting here to try and either make him move or just to get some hits in, and in the end, we take him out with that. Now, we're going to put another jump cut here, because the other guy, the last guy, is going to take a long time for me to get to him, because he is in a F6F, and I'm in an La-7, and he is at 3 kilometers with whip, and I basically have no whip at that altitude anymore, and he's flying away in a straight line, so it will take quite a while to get to him. Now, after quite a bit of flying, we finally see him turn over his airfield, which I guess is a smart idea in his situation. Now, I go for a head-on pass, which is turning out to be quite catastrophic. He has hit my aileron, and it is black, and my flap is black too, which means I am severely limited in my fighting capabilities. The only thing I really can rely on is trying to make him overshoot, but as you can see here, that is not really happening. So I have to basically spaz around in my plane to try not to die. Now that is one thing the La-7 is very good at, just spaz around like I am doing here with the rudder, aileron, and elevator. And I again throttle down to try and make him overshoot. And this time it is working a little bit more favorable, although he does get a little close to getting guns on. He crosses over in front of us, and I try and get my guns on, but that doesn't work. Now he crosses over again, and I try again to get guns on. I use my flaps, but they're not really working, but this is where the game ends. We take him out after, well, a very uncomfortable fight for me, because I thought he was actually gonna kill us. Now, if you've made it this far, I really want to thank you for watching, because this video was a pain to edit. The video was messed up, and the audio was horribly out of sync in at least 3 places, so I had to do a little bit of surgery on it to make it work. But it worked in the end, so that is going to be it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.